What's going on, everybody? This is the Uncanny Omar, and welcome to your monthly Marvel solicitations. We're going to be looking at the solicits for February of 2024. But before we get started, I want to go ahead and let my wonderful guests, this panel that I've gathered together, and let them introduce themselves. So starting from the right here.
Hello, my name is Ødfel. I am a cosplayer as well as I do toy and statue unboxings on YouTube and occasionally comic videos here. So yeah.
There we go. You have an awesome background. And down below is Curtis. Curtis, who are you, sir?
I'm from the Epic Marvel podcast, and although I haven't been podcasting much lately, but I do some epic unboxings on my YouTube channel and are generally knowledgeable about Marvel's epic collections.
Awesome. And my fully recovered buddy from, I guess, yeah, you're on the East Coast. The East Coast. The adorable Omni. I'm just going to call you Omni Dog. I'm not going to call you adorable.
You're the one that called me adorable. That's where it came from.
It was a mistake. I never should have.
It's
back.
sticking.
The internet was a mistake. Who are you, Omni Dog? What do you do?
I haven't done anything for the past couple of weeks, but because I had COVID, but I'm now fully recovered. I got my mojo back, and I'm gonna start pumping out videos like right after this.
Right immediately after this. Awesome.
Yes.
Now Peter's supposed to be joining us, but he might be having some computer problems, so hopefully he can still make it, and maybe Lars will be hopping in. So today we are going to be looking at the solicits for Marvel Comics. This is the collected edition side of things, and this is for the month of February, which is usually the smaller month, right? So there's less books, but last month we had by last month I mean January solicits, we had a lot of books. But just because the solicits are for February doesn't mean that they're coming out in February. It usually means they're coming out later on in 2024. So we're already looking at 2024, and a big thank you to David Gabriel and all his folks at Marvel for sending us all this wonderful information ahead of time. This will be available, I think it's usually middle of the month is when most places have this up along with the single issues. But we get an early look for all the people that can't wait. So smash that like button, please. And check out these wonderful people's websites, podcasts.
Omni Dog's Vault.
Yes, I got it. And YouTube. I even tagged you. So people know all they have to do is just click on your name and they'll go to your YouTube channel.
Wow, thanks.
Awesome. I don't know if you knew if that worked or not. Omar.
No.
Oh, wait. He actually said my name right. Omar. Rest of the Omni Dog, my man. The rest of the Omni announcements. They're coming. I just I had 2 more approved, so I got a total of 4, and then I got to film some more. As a matter of fact, while we're doing this, I got to send out an email as a reminder. And there is my buddy Bobby, who we partied hard in New York Comic Con. He was I was drinking bourbon and cranberry juice, and he was drinking bourbon and cranberry juice, but hold the bourbon.
Spit it out, I'm sure.
He said hold the bourbon. Nobody spit it out.
Thank you, Bobby. I feel much better. I appreciate it.
First Friday after the 18th of the month, usually. That's usually when these go up. I think you're right. Yeah, but they have everything then, right? Like they have all the single issues and stuff like that. So yes, keep looking. I think the Omni announcements will come back this particular Sunday, and if you're on Patreon, it'll go out on Saturday. Hey Omar, whatever happened to Generation X Epic Collection Volume 4? I remember it being announced here not too long ago. Has it not been solicited yet? Epic Collection?
They removed 7 or 8 of the titles that we announced, and they're pushing it to a later date.
Are they allowed to do that?
I mean, we announce them. What?
I know. I think they're in breach of contract now or something.
So if they're not solicited, they can do whatever they want to with the dates. Doesn't mean that they're canceled. Go ahead.
They've pushed them. I'm sure they pushed them to a later date. I think whenever we do our next round of announcements, we'll see a bunch of them come back.
I think so too, and I'm waiting for that list too. For the people that are asking, where are the Epic announcements? I did not make Epic announcements yesterday. By the way, I always like to clarify that was just my personal list. I know there's some confusion sometimes when I make video lists like that, and people are like, "Oh, these are announced. That's wonderful." Yeah.
Yeah, I'm seeing Epic Collection 4 still listed on a couple places online, but no date anywhere. So it might have just gotten postponed, but not canceled, hopefully.
I don't think they're canceling it. They don't seem to be canceling any of the epics.
Yeah.
I know,
I don't see a new date, though. So
I know Omar's not going to highlight all the kind comments about me that are up there. So
stop
let me
it.
just say,
There we go.
let me
There
just
we
say thank you to everyone out there.
That
Thank
one
you.
there.
I appreciate
This
it.
one here. Yeah, I love you back too.
No,
man.
that's about
That
you.
one.
No one cares about that.
Well, you've been doing a Super Sons Omnibus overview. Yes. It just came in yesterday. So I kind of want to read those stories that were not in the last printing, not the first printing, which is ridiculous. But yes.
Silk is so cool.
Dude, Silk. Look at that.
Yeah, man. My fave shirt.
What an all-star
That's
cast.
super
Three of my
cool.
favorite people and Jess. There we go, Jess. There's some
Dying breed. Shut up.
love you too, Jess. See, there you go. Jess, I actually confirmed the tag link works. Shocked. See, like I didn't even know I needed confirmation. I just thought my word was good enough. Just bought Star Wars Empire Volume 1. Cannot wait. Oh, you're in for a treat. That stuff is so good. Felix, thank you for the super chat. And hello from Australia at 4 a.m. What a trooper.
That's commitment.
Jess, I swear, you and your Valley Girl teams, like, what are you all doing?
My Valley Girl teams? What?
Yes, your Twilight watchers. All the team Omnidog. You, James, and I don't know where Josh.
Everybody stands Omnidog. Did I use that right?
So creepy. That is so
I
creepy.
don't even know what that word means, really.
Jess, I love your rainbow mic.
Thank you. Props to the rainbow. I fully support rainbow.
He does. Actually, here's something really interesting. I don't know if Jess minds if I share this or not, but the only time I've ever seen Jess cry, and I've known Jess for a long time.
Where are we going?
Is when Curtis sang Rainbow Connection. Like, it brought Jess to tears. Not because it was bad, but it was just such a beautiful moment. I couldn't even joke about it. I was like, well, I'm not gonna make fun of anybody now. So
that is actually true. Yeah,
right?
That song gets me, and all the time. And Curtis's rendition of it, just I had a huge lump in my throat. And yeah, I
that was
cried.
wonderful.
I did cry. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I had that video. We showed that after the stream was over because YouTube gave me a copyright warning for the song. So I was like, I can't make this public anymore.
What?
Yeah.
But that's a cover. That should be fair use.
Ødfel,
you should... Well, I was doing a Kermit the Frog impression as well, and maybe I sound too much like Kermit.
Your impressions flew too close to the sun.
Yeah, that's great.
You should show it after again. I would love to see it again after the show.
Sure, I can do that.
It's Kermit Curtis. Hi,
anyone who wants to see it, you can send me a private message, and I can send you the link.
There you go.
Yeah.
And Omar, any reply from Marvel regarding adding stuff to the omnibus? Various omnibus announced. No. I mean, other than some yes, some no. That's all I got, and I think they're just so busy. So some of them will be adding some stuff. Some of them probably not. And I can keep trying though. I mean, that's how the Storms of Crate kind of worked, right? Y'all bugged me enough, and then people asked me to add the Stormbreaker. Not Stormbreaker. Beta Ray Bill series by Daniel Warren Johnson to the Donny Cates Thor omnibus. Enough people reached out, but I'm already assuming that's a no, just because it's very, very little to do with each other. But we can. I mean, I don't mind asking if enough people reach out. Time in a Bottle is one of the best Muppet cover tunes. Well, there you go, Curtis.
That one is sung by Floyd Pepper, and anytime he does a song on Muppets, I love it. He did such a good version of As My Guitar Gently Weeping by the Beatles.
This is a
really
Muppet?
good. On the Muppet Show from the 70s.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I love that show.
I do too. Yeah, I used to watch it with my parents.
Me
back
too.
when it was on live.
Huh. I remember that show. I always liked the two angry old dudes.
That would be
Yes.
Statler and Waldorf.
That's their. I didn't even know they had names. I assumed they.
I am
I
one of
assumed they
them.
did.
It varies from day to day which one I am.
All right, let's go ahead and start. Let's start this, and I'll write this email. I love the Beatles as much as Omnis. Yeah, they just dropped a new song today, right?
Yeah.
I got to interview Vivek, the guy that wrote the Fifth Beatle, and he was amazing to talk to. And that interview will drop a week before the 10th anniversary of the Fifth Beatle comes out. But he was excited about that song dropping.
That Fifth Beatle's a great book. I love that book.
Absolutely, it is a phenomenal book. All right, let's go ahead and start then. Martin the Collector's like, let's get started. What's up, man? That's what I came here for. All right, let me present.
Ødfel put Stan's Omnidog right there at 115. Yes, thank you, Ødfel. I need all the support I can get.
Why are you encouraging this man? All right, so here we go. Kicking it off with some love for Chipperoonie Zdarsky here. Howard the Duck, Spider-Man, and Fantastic Four: Fate of the Four. If you've not read that, that's an awesome series that will make you wish he had gotten a chance to write the Fantastic Four ongoing series. But here we go. Daredevil by Chip Zdarsky Omnibus, Volume 1. Did I miss the Donny Cates store announcement? Did you ask something to be added? I guess you did miss the announcement. I announced that a couple of weeks ago, and I'm asking if Beta Ray Bill can be added since people have been wondering about that one. All right, so collecting Daredevil 1 through 30 and Daredevil Annual number 1. What people wanted added to this one, and I will ask again, is the McKay series. That is the segue between the ending of Charles Soule series and the beginning of this one. So
that's only available in a trade, right?
That's available in trade. Where's the McKay issues? We're breaking 20 plus years of main DD continuity in Omnis without it. Wrong. Bob Gale would like a word with you. Those Bob Gale issues have not been collected in omnibus format. So, I mean, look who you're talking to.
Those are older than 20 years now.
Shut up, Curtis. You know what? No. I'm not even going to put up with that. I can't be corrected on my own story. That's one, Curtis. That's one.
Uh-oh.
That's one, Curtis.
One for you.
Has it really been 20 years? My God. All right, always an instigator. You might have me on that one. Uncanny, but I will ask, though. I promise I'm still going to ask. 20 years of Daredevil that matters. Okay. Bob Gale wrote one of the greatest movies of all time. Not the greatest run on Daredevil, though. Nor his Spider-Man.
What's the movie?
Back to the Future, dude. That guy's awesome. Omnidog. How do you personally handle Omar's disrespect of Silver HD? Superman turning into an ant. Green Lantern transforming his best friend into a bird by dreaming about birds is genius. Your definition of genius may vary.
I generally don't listen to Omar on anything, so
wow,
it bounces right off me. But I will say, even though this is a Marvel video, that I am super excited for that first Omni of Superman Silver Age. That's when it got kooky as heck, and it's so great.
Camp is so fun in comics.
You know, our mutual friend, we have a mutual friend that always makes fun of people that are excited for ROM, right? I'm like, when I announce ROM, he's like, oh, all these old guys are coming out of the retirement homes to go and buy the ROM omnibus. I wonder how he feels about Silver Age Omnis. Like, what's the age for those guys that are getting those, that are excited for those books? Oh my God, Warren! Warren. I'm about to ban you. Back to the Future.
You just put him in timeout.
No, he's from Kentucky. He gets a
Oh,
pass.
freaking Kentucky! What the?
You got Kentucky education, and I can make fun of that because my wife's a teacher. So.
And you got Kentucky education, right?
Look at I talk pretty all the time. Uncanny X-Force by Rick Remender is getting a reprint this time around with a direct market cover by Mark Brooks. This is collecting the Uncanny X-Force 1 through 35, the 5.1, 19.1, and the material from Road to Hell, Wolverine Dangerous Games, Deadpool 1000, and all new Wolverine Saga, 928 pages, $125. This is the third printing. I remember the second printing quite fondly because it was during my early days of like asking Marvel if they could reprint certain books that I had seen a lot of the community mention. And now it's official, right? Like you all get to vote. But back then it was me mainly telling David like, oh, it'd be really cool to get Uncanny X-Force reprinted. And then they started doing it, and I guess they sold enough to start listening to this crazy dude that makes YouTube channels in his basement. And here we are years later with official polls.
You have to talk about me
talking about you and your weird Silver Age taste. But here we go with this third printing now, in case you missed it. Didn't the second printing go out of stock in like less than a month? Yes, it did. And it was also during that weird time of COVID. So there were a lot of weird, like small print runs and then books just going out of print like that. Oh, yeah.
This art is so gorgeous, though. Like, I love the cover they chose.
Oh, Pena is awesome. And what the Ribbage cover or the Mark Brooks cover?
The Ribbit, yeah.
Yeah,
I love the colors. It's so good.
Thank you. Yes, we got to 90,000 today.
Wow.
A lot of my
friends.
Congratulations.
Thank you. A lot of my friends reached out to me. So that was really cool.
The ones you had sub twice and 3 times?
Sub twice. No, Jess. We've been over this. Captain America by Jeff Loeb and Tim Sell, the gallery edition. And this is, of course, Captain America White. You have the variant cover and you have the standard edition cover. And this is collecting Captain America White 0 through 5 and collecting 160 pages for $50. This is the gallery edition, meaning that it is a hardcover. So they've done Spider-Man Blue, Daredevil Yellow, and they're doing Hulk Gray in January. This one comes out in July, and that's it. I mean, maybe they can do Gambit and Wolverine Victims. Call it, I don't know, Wolverine. What would they call it? Gold? I don't know. Maybe they could do that, or maybe they could. I mean, it's a gallery.
Purple. Call it purple.
That's cool.
Gambit. Purple. No, Purple Man would want a word with you.
But just having the color be his like psionics on the cards and stuff would be really cool.
But yeah, that would be okay. I'm okay with that then. But I don't know if they would or not. It's only 4 issues, and technically they could just call it Jeff Loeb and Tim Sell, Wolverine and Gambit. But yeah. How quick is Marvel regarding reprints? Miller's Daredevil and JMS's Spider-Man's reprints are already out of print. How long must I wait? Wait. Daredevil is getting a restock. I haven't heard about JMS. Daredevil, Spider-Man 2099, and Immortal Hulk are 3 that I know are getting restocks. They try not to do too many restocks because they don't want too many books in the warehouse, if that makes sense. They don't want books liquidated, right? It is a business trying to make money, so liquidated books are a no. I know people get excited. I get excited over liquidated prices, but it's also not good for business. House of M. This is the companion coming out. You have the Mike Perkins cover and the Mike Deodato Jr. cover being the direct market cover, which is freaking awesome. Even though these people going up against Magneto is so ridiculous with Iron Man, Captain America holding a metal shield, and Wolverine. We've already been through that day.
Yeah.
man, you know how this is gonna end. And I did try to add the Excalibur series with the classic "Oh, that so totally hurts" Professor X line from issue number 1, but I was told politely no. So this contains Excalibur 8 through 14. I try to get 1 through 7 added. New Avengers 16 through 20. House of M, Avengers 1 through 5. Civil War, House of M 1 through 5. House of M, Masters of Evil 1 through 4. What If, Spider-Man, House of M 1 through 4. The 2015, that's the Secret Wars era, by the way. And then material from What If, House of M, 800 pages, $100. This is a really interesting collection because this is both a companion piece and also like the aftermath of House of M. Because in that New Avengers issue 16 through 20, not to spoil House of M, but it's called, what was that called? It's called the Collective storyline. It's where like something happens in House of M where all this power, this huge power has to go somewhere. And the Collective is where it takes place, and that is in the aftermath. So this is both like taking place during and after House of M, and then these miniseries are way after, like during the 2015 Secret Wars. The Marvel Masterworks, The Avengers Volume 24, is coming out in July, collecting 246 to 254 and West Coast Avengers 1 through 4. As well as the Iron Man annual number 7. This is the Uncle Raj era with Bob Harris, Kyle Milgrom, and Bob Hall. Let me make sure. Yep, $75, 392 pages. That Collective story is real bad. I'm going to go ahead and replace that Collective story with that Bendis story is real bad. But never mind. If you enjoy House of M, more power to you. Star Wars The Mandalorian Season 2, Part 2. So this continues the adaptation of the show, collecting issues 5 through 8 of Season 2. And then we have Captain Marvel. Oh, I didn't know Alyssa Wong was writing Captain Marvel with Jan Bazaldua on artwork and Jen Bartel. That cover by Jen Bartel is awesome. She's always been a great cover artist, though.
Oh, yeah. I love the new outfit she designs. Like, I know it was for Hellfire Gala, but I'm so glad they kept it because it's so cool.
Oh, so have you read it? This I know it just started, I think, recently, right?
I think the first issue is out. I haven't picked it up yet. But I've been seeing her post a bunch of like design sketches and stuff for this leading up to it coming out. I think it's got 1, maybe 2 issues out right now.
Okay. So was there a run between Kelly Thompson and Alyssa Wong, or is Alyssa Wong the next run?
I believe Alyssa Wong is the next one. I think there was just like a month with no Captain Marvel books.
Okay. Thank you for that. She-Hulk by Randall Rao, Volume 4, Gensational is coming out. And this is really interesting because they're keeping the trade paperback numbers the same with the Volume 4, but the series was relaunched to Sensational She-Hulk. So it collects Sensational She-Hulk 1 and 2, and then the 3 and 4 complete. Just the A story from 1 and 2, though.
I can vouch for this series. It's
I
so
dig
good.
it. Dude, this is the most... I was actually talking to my friend Tina because I was reading this when she came over, and I was like, I think you would really like this. This is the most manga I've seen She-Hulk be. Like, it's manga type of stories. Like, they had this issue where it's nothing but a bunch of ladies having a book club, but they can't talk about the book because they keep getting interrupted. And those kind of plot lines remind me of like about a bunch of manga that I've read over the years. So if you're looking for that,
if you haven't read this, I'm 100% sure you'd dig it. It is so good.
Oh, there was.
I would like to. It looks very cute.
An Anderson miniseries between the volumes. Thank you. I thought there was a miniseries. That's good. That's good. Unpopular opinion. I'll take Silver HDC over anything Bendis any day of the week. That's a hard choice for me. I don't know where I would. I don't know where I stand on that. There was a Captain Marvel.
So
Did I hear correctly during one of the past live streams? Are House of X, Powers of X, and X of Swords by Hickman getting reprinted next year? No reprints as far as hardcovers, or as far as I know as of this video. What's up, Derek? How are you, buddy? Hey,
You did say that House
ahead.
of X and Powers of X was one of the evergreen titles, right? So it's probably coming back as softcover.
Like modern epic type thing.
That's what you said, right? In
Yes.
the evergreen.
Yeah. I think House and Powers of X are definitely evergreen trade paperbacks.
Yeah.
X of Swords, and the other one he was asking about are not. Yeah. Or X of Swords, yeah. Captain Marvel Dark Tempest, I think it's what it's called by Nascenti. Thank you for that, Bobby.
I need to hunt this down. I didn't realize there was a bridge piece, so
Yeah,
I have homework now.
If it's Ann Nascenti, I'm always in.
I read that first issue and I wasn't sold on it. I didn't like it very much, so I didn't read the rest of the miniseries.
All right, that's two, Curtis.
You should mute your mic again just in case.
Yeah, when you have thoughts about things, I don't want to hear it. No, I'm kidding.
Keep on saying them.
I'm sorry you didn't like Anderson's legs. Ghost Rider Volume 4, Rite of Passage. Collecting Ghost Rider 18. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Did we have any? We're already into trade paperbacks.
Yes.
We just blew. It was only Uncanny X-Force, as far as like.
No, Chip Starsky.
And,
okay.
House of
Okay.
M.
Okay. I see.
But because this is a smaller month, I think the batch.
Okay. Yeah, you did say that. Okay.
Any more questions while I'm up here? Ødfel, you got anything to add?
Not that I can think of. No.
Okay, here's a Bendis drinking game. Bendis drinking game. Take a drink every time they defeat a villain far too easily. Take a drink every time the character's dialogue is interchangeable. Thank you, Joshua. I used to play a game with my friends that was like, guess what character said this in a Bendis comic? Because they all sound the freaking same. Anyway, Ghost Rider. This series has been good. I'm digging it. So I'm glad that it's continuing. Collecting issues 18 through 19, the 28th story, and 21. Ghost Rider Annual Number 1 from 2023. And oh no, why you all just keep breaking my heart? Nascenti's Catwoman or Green Arrow from the New 52 are some of the worst from that era.
Green Arrow from New 52 is very good, and I'll die on that hill.
There we go, Ødfel. There we go. But wait. The Nascenti stuff, or are you talking about, who was it? Jurgens that wrote the early stuff?
Was I'm trying to remember who wrote. It might have been Lemire.
Yeah.
I can't remember. It's been so long since I read the New 52 stuff.
Omar, is Excalibur 3 New Mutants still coming in the coming months? The New Mutants is. Excalibur unfortunately got pushed back until next year, but they're not canceled. They are still coming.
Hey, can you give me back the Excalibur one you stole when you were here?
I thought you had determined that your buddy Jake had stolen it. Most of Bendis' creator-owned stuff were great, though. Hit and miss. Jeff Lemire's new Green Arrow. That's what I thought. And then I think Dan Jurgens took over, and then Ann Nascenti. Her Storm miniseries and this Dark Tempest are in the same boat as Catwoman. Dang it! Oh, that hurts. Okay.
The chat's gotten really negative really quickly.
It's about Ann Nascenti too.
Yeah, I'm not digging that.
Yeah, how are we gonna get her Daredevil Omnibus? People keep telling me how much everything she's written lately sucks. Ultimate Invasion.
Ooh, good.
This is the trade paperback edition, 176 pages, $24.99, which opens the door to the new Ultimate Universe, which is Ultimate Spider-Man by Hickman and Kiketo, and I cannot wait for that. We also have Ultimate Black Panther. I can't remember the creative team behind that. And then Ultimate X-Men by Peach Momoko, which looks like nothing X-Men, which I'm kind of happy about. It looks really interesting.
That preview art had kind of a Junji Ito vibe to it.
Yeah, when she's looking in the mirror, that little preview page.
Yeah.
Have you liked her Demon Days type stuff?
Demon Days is...
I'll let somebody else go first, and then I'll give you my thoughts on Demon Days.
Coward.
No, ladies first.
I really like Demon Days. It kind of reminds me of the Wolverine and Elektra Amano one they did a while back, where it's like its own universe. It's like focused mostly on the art style. But I've had fun with it because the art style is gorgeous.
I also like Demon Days.
The nervousness of just looking at Omar like
I know. I can feel the wheels just turning down there.
I'm letting you all answer first.
I thought it was very creative and interesting way to portray those characters. I dug it.
The artwork is beautiful. I'll say that. The artwork is beautiful. The story itself is okay. I have a hard time sometimes trying to figure out who's who, so much so that I Google it. Well, actually, Melanie got more into it than I did. So she Googled it, and she's like, well, internet didn't help. All people seem to do is fight over who's who. And I'm like, that's the internet. That's what it's for. But my gosh, beautiful artwork. I love it. And she is so quick. Like, so quick.
Yeah. Watching, she live streams doing art sometimes, and the amount she can like bust out art wise in like an hour is insane.
Wow.
Yeah, and I mean, she does internal artwork, and it's good. Yeah. So I'm curious about the Ultimate X-Men. It's not going to be like the previous Ultimate X-Men. No sentient Bendis today.
Really is. Nicely done.
Wow. Deadpool, Batter Blood. Rob Liefeld and Chad Bowers. Rob Liefeld returning to the Merc with the Mouth without the help of Fabian Nicieza. So Chad Bowers, I assume, is going to be the dialogue, perhaps. Liefeld doing the plot. Collecting Deadpool, Batter Blood 1 through 5. Parental Advisory, 1999. Can I just say how Richard Steven Jones is one of the most positive people that watches my shows? Like, whenever I make an announcement, he's always like, oh, it's a shame it's not the Indiana Jones omnibus. And that's where he leaves it at. He doesn't get, like, people get so upset over some of the announcements. Richard's just like, one day we'll get it. So he's saying, where's the Indiana Jones collections? Overabundance of Star Wars, immediate Conan, immediate Aliens, short wait for Predator, immediate Apes, Ramen, Micronauts, Omni's on the way. Where's Indy? I think he's at his breaking point now.
It's been a long time since it's been reprinted, too.
Yeah, those Dark Horse Omnis are way out of print. Yeah, so I don't know.
Where's X-Files?
I'm honestly... You know, I'm kind of surprised, though, because they just put out the Indiana Jones movie this year. I'm kind of surprised they didn't reprint anything.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I liked it. But I also... I like Indiana Jones, so I'll like it most.
Okay, I like Indiana Jones, and it was... You know what? Ødfel, won't you come back on the movie show with me? We'll go talk about Indiana Jones, okay? I want to invite you, so you've got thoughts, and I want to hear them. Alien by Chalve and Brocardo, Volume 2, Descendant. So they're the new creative team on the Alien books. So this would be really Volume 4. Collecting the Alien Annual 1 and Alien 2023, the B stories 1 through 4. And Predator versus Wolverine. Oh, man, I can't wait to read this. Have any of you read this yet?
No. Looks great, though.
We got different artists working on the book, right? Like you've got Andre DeVito, Ken Lashley, Keizama, Greg Land. I really thought this was Adam Kubert right here.
This is a good series. You dug it?
I haven't read it yet. I was just wondering if you all had read it.
Okay.
If anybody had read it. Predator versus... Oh, dude. I love this guy's avatar of...
Can I see Mrs. Rogers?
Oh, the French, right? Have you seen that commercial?
Is it the one where he's arguing with the engineer?
It's the one where he's drinking like all of the wine on set for the wine commercial.
Oh. I've only heard the one where he's arguing with the engineer because of a gonk that the engineer heard.
Dude, after this stream, you need to Google Orson Welles wine commercial. It is so amazing. Like he's just sitting there drunk out of his mind. He's like, And they're like, the director's like, okay, go. Orson. The French one.
Okay, I haven't seen that one.
So good. Omar, any news who will be printing Transformers in G.I. Joe? I can't even get these electronically anymore. Oh, I'm so sorry. No official words yet. No, nothing official yet. Just rumors and whispers in the dark. Marvel Zombies Black, White, and Blood is coming out in a Treasury edition, which seems to be the tradition with the Black, White, and Blood stories. They usually put them out in a Treasury edition, which is big oversize. This one here collecting the 4-issue miniseries. And I think the one before this one is Darth Vader. Right? Yeah. Vader. Mm-hmm. So I can't. These are great. They're just a great anthology. Different creators coming in here and at different times. And is that a variant? That cover's killer.
That's cool. Whoa.
Interior art. Okay, this is interior art. Okay, this is the cover then. Yeah, that cover's killer.
Oh.
And Star Wars Dark Droids, which is the new crossover or event happening in the world of Star Wars. This collects the 5-issue miniseries. It's Predator or Alien Black, White, and Blood make two. Oh, how about Predator versus Aliens? That would be good. Wolverine and Predator, totally not. What's the title I gave it? Wasn't it? Totally not.
Fanfic now.
I'd totally read that.
By the time whoever has the G.I. Joe and Transformer rights, they'll pull out one collection or omnibus, then lose the rights. Stop that, Matt. They have announced. Wait, are you real, Ryan? Is this real? They have announced Alien Black, White, and Blood because that's freaking awesome. I'd be all over that. Speaking of Darth Vader, here's Vader by Greg Pak, who's the ongoing writer of that series, which has been really good. So I hope it gets the omnibus treatment one day because we are looking at. Oh, wait, Vader's not set at the same time that the other series are. Or is it? Dang, I can't keep my freaking Star. No, it is. It's set after Empire. Anybody else reading this currently?
I haven't read it up to this point. I've read it up to volume 4.
Okay, so it is set after Empire, right? The Charleston stuff set after episode 3.
Yeah.
The Gillen stuff is after episode 4, and then this is after Empire. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think so.
That original trilogy droids on the cover there. I don't know if that indicates the.
Yeah, well, because there was a character that Greg Pak introduced in his first story arc that was just. It's a throwback to the prequels. Vader is post Empire. Thank you.
There we go.
And Immortal X-Men by Kieran Gillen. Look who's back. Maybe. Immortal X-Men 14 through 18. So this is about to wrap up, right? Because we're getting the fall of X. All right, Curtis. It's time for you to shine, baby. What do you got? What is this? Okay, Anacenti's leg, black, white. Anacenti, black, white, and leg. By the way, that's a ongoing joke on the channel. Not that her legs are anything to joke about. Is just that I happen to think they were very fine, and I'll just leave it at that. Spider Girl, modern era epic collection.
There.
Yeah, I can't get out of that hole. Curtis, talk to me about this book. Why is this a big deal?
Well, it's a big deal because everyone loves Spider Girl. It would have been a bigger deal if this started with volume 5 and finished off the series because the complete collections are canceled now that we have this. But yeah, Spider Girl Modern Era Epic Collection Legacy by Tom DeFalco, and Ron Frenz and Pat Olaf.
So this
what does it say here? The first 15 issues.
So they're not completing Spider Girl in the complete collections? It's stopped.
No, but more than likely what they'll do is map them like the complete collections, right, Curtis? Is this the first complete collection here?
Yeah, and all of those complete collections were all epic size anyway, so a straight port over to epic collections seems logical, but yeah, I think they're doing the big swap of all of their complete collections over to epics.
Why is this a modern era? There isn't a classic era Spider-Girl before. Probably because this was part of the M2 line, and that was in.
Yeah, I mean, there's some gray area here because it started in 1998, which I don't know, majority of this title is going to be in the 21st century, so I think it's fair to say that it's a modern era, even though it feels like a classic era because of the creators involved.
So once we get to where I need volume 5 of this, it's going to be a modern era
collection.
epic collection.
Volume
That's
5.
right.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Which is not a big deal because they don't put the volume numbers on the spine. That's what makes Epic so cool. But I don't know how you are. Oh, no, I've been to your house, Jess. You don't care about spines. You're good.
Shade.
No, it's a good thing, right? A lot of collectors care about having a uniform look. Jess is like, whatever, man. Trade paperback, put an OHC behind that, give me an omnibus, an absolute edition, and then after that, a digest size book. As long as I have the stuff collected, that's all I care about. And that's a wonderful mentality to have. Where, a lot of collectors are like, nope, it's got to be the same thing. It's got to be omnibus or nothing, or it's got to be epic collection or nothing. So yeah.
Please never look at my X-Men shelves.
Oh,
Please.
I'm gonna judge those too.
Oh,
we expect. Go ahead.
If you had only had an extra 4 hours at my house to arrange my X-Men books, the trade paperbacks. Wow, I really should have a live broadcast of like Omar or Peter M. just organizing my shelves of the X-Men.
I told you, just buy me a first class ticket, and I need a limo to pick me up at the airport too. I want somebody with my last name. I want a dude holding my last name at the airport too, whatever that is.
I do that part.
Oh, you're gonna be the guy that picks me up at the airport in a limo?
Well, yeah, my car's kind of a limo.
Sweet, you got yourself a deal.
I had like someone do that. So usually like conventions, like once we get out of the airport, we got to get like an Uber to get to the con. But one of the ones I did this year had like someone who works at the con with the little plaques with our names. And I was like, where am I? What? No.
That's awesome.
That is so cool.
And I was like, this is so cute, but like, this is surreal. Like, what?
That is awesome.
That's all I asked for, Jess.
It was so cute.
All right, Curtis. Black Widow, Modern Era Epic Collection, Chaos, Volume 3. What's up, Curtis?
This is the complete Edmondson and Noto run. If you've read this is a great series. I really enjoy this one. It's nice to have it all collected together. And Volume 3, which means the first couple of volumes will start back in the Marvel Knights era.
Honestly, sorry.
No, go ahead, Ødfel.
Honestly, I would say like this is one of the most approachable Black Widow books if you've never read her before. Like this is a really good place to start reading her because it's so well laid out and so, I guess, like a good entry point.
This is the series that got me into Phil Noto's artwork. It's solid.
Yeah.
And with the modern stuff, they're gonna be putting a lot of creators together. And hopefully we'll get to the Kelly Thompson era too, because that stuff should not be missed by anybody. Thank you for the super chat, John.
Great.
I'm not above taking shots at Bendis, but let's not forget all he did at Marvel. His work on Daredevil and Spider-Man, bringing the Avengers back to prominence, creating Jessica Jones. Enough said. And Warren agrees with you. Absolutely. I absolutely agree. He made Avengers a flagship title. At one point, Avengers was outselling X-Men, which was just insane for Marvel Comics. Anything that he worked on was gold for so many of, his fans. They would just follow him on whatever book he would be writing next.
I think I like to call it like the fast food syndrome, where it's like it's quick and it's digestible, and it's maybe not quality, but I still love it. I recently read the new Avengers Epic Collection that came out, and I totally, even though I hadn't read it for like 20 years when it first came out, but it's a lot of fun. I love it still. Ultimate Spider-Man is still one of my favorite comics. But I think that you could also see how dated it's become. A lot of the dialogue and the way that it's written is very of its time, and I can draw some comparisons there to this might be sacrilegious, to Stan Lee, because he did so much for Marvel at the beginning, but going back and reading his stuff is it's a challenge sometimes, depending on the title.
Thor.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? My kids actually really like Thor. I was so worried that, and
Silver Age Thor by Stan Lee.
they reviewed
Verily
the
thee
first.
and thou, Odin, son of the
Yeah, there's
Midgard. Ay, wow.
honestly that I'll be dead serious. That stuff really helped them out with their reading levels. Like both of my kids are reading at advanced levels in school, and I joke about this, but I was like, man, it's probably all the Silver Age stuff they had to read when we were reviewing books. Like, I'm not joking.
I will take that Silver Age compliment.
Silver Age Marvel, not Silver Age.
I don't think we need to pick sides here right now. No.
Oh, but we do. X-Men Epic Collection, Children of the Atom, printed again for the third time. Curtis, this is the third printing.
I think so. Yep, I think so. The classic stuff. If you love Stan Lee, personally, it's really wordy. This comic. There are certain parts
too. They like
X-Men. That's good. That's great. And there's certain parts of this stuff that is really, really good. But again, you have to be a fan of the Silver Age to be able to get through it. I personally, half of this epic collection I love even going back to. But half of it is like, oh man, I don't want to read this again.
I always say that whenever I would do read-throughs of X-Men, I would start with issue 1 and then go through all my comics in chronological order. That's the way I've always been. Man, there were some things I've dreaded. I'm like, oh god, but I got to start at X-Men number 1, and I got to go through all 11 issues because those are so rough, and then I got to get to eventually Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, those are like some of the low points of rereading X-Men. But my kids enjoy.
You don't have to read Beauty and the Beast for an X-Men read through. I mean, I know it has Beast in it, but it's the Defenders.
Have you met me, Curtis? It has Dazzler and Beast. You absolutely. What kind of monster do you take me for?
Okay.
Thank you.
You're too much of a completist there.
Yeah, that's exactly what's wrong with me.
Curse.
It's my curse, man. Curtis, this is the new Daredevil Epic Collection. Tell me about this volume 7.
Volume 7, we have the first 6 volumes of Daredevil, and so this is following the next in line here. Collecting 133 to 154. So this is closing the gap at the end of the 70s, and this is after Black Widow has left the title. Marv Wolfman, Jim Shooter. Look at this! Look at all of the creators here: Marv Wolfman, Jim Shooter, Roger McKenzie, Bill Mantlo, Chris Claremont, Tony Isabella, Don McGregor, Jerry Conway, Gil Kane. This is an era where Daredevil didn't really have a whole lot of focus.
Here's the crazy thing. Next volume will be the Frank Miller era.
Yeah.
With no new colors. It will have the classic colors, I assume, like the Marvel Masterworks.
It's pretty wild. And it took Frank Miller to bring a focus, because for so long, Daredevil, no one really knew what to do with Daredevil. And he just kind of floated around. And if this were a modern day, his title would have been canceled a long time ago. But they just kept it going.
Yeah. Tom, it's going to be crazy. Next, I mean, it'll be in 2025. Who wrote Beauty and the Beast? Is it collected in one of the Omnis? It's not collected in the Omnis, and I'm not going to say who wrote it because I think I've already talked bad about her enough on this episode. But it wasn't even me. It was Curtis that started the Anacenti bashing.
I didn't like the issue. I like her Daredevil. Her Daredevil's great.
Oh, yeah.
I do too. I will not stand for this Anacenti slander.
I don't think it's not in any omnibus. I think it's just in the Dazzler Marvel Masterworks Volume 4.
It's also in a Defenders Epic collection.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Saw that Chichester, Curtis.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. It's coming back to do more Daredevil Black Armor. Yeah, I like when they get writers like Larry Hama to come back and do Wolverine, and Claremont doing whatever he wants to do with the X-Men, whether it's the Extreme era or whether it's like during the Dark Phoenix saga. That's really cool. But I think it's only 4 issues.
Yeah, it's just a miniseries.
Deadpool versus Wolverine. So this looks like to be a collection just from all over different series. So Wolverine 88, 154 to 155. 88 has the classic Adam Kubert cover, right? Where Deadpool's holding him up on his swords. I've always been a fan of that cover. Cable and Deadpool 43 to 44. Wolverine Origins 21 through 25. Wolverine Deadpool, the decoy and material from Wolverine Annual 95 and 99. Probably has something to do with the Deadpool movie since that's coming out. And this is both of the main characters that are going to be in it.
Yeah, it will sell like gangbusters.
I don't know if and when that movie will come out. Deadpool, the saga of Wade Wilson. This is a really, really interesting collection because we know they have epics, right? I know the Omnis are out of print. But what a saga book is kind of like a big, thick trade, like an epic collection. We had like the saga of Peter Quill. We had the saga of Monica Rambeau and saga of Carol Danvers. We had a couple of other sagas too. Was it Ant-Man and
Hawkeye?
Hawkeye, okay.
And Kang. There's one for Kang.
Yeah, and this saga is the Wade Wilson saga, the Deadpool, the saga of Wade Wilson. So it's really interesting because it goes back to the Joe Kelly run. So it has like issues 3 through 5, 17 through 19, 57 through 61. 57 through 61, I think, are those the Weapon X stories? I can't remember. That's the Return of Weapon X, or whatever it was called. Deadpool Death Annual 98, and then the Deadpool 2012 series 15 through 19. So that's the next big, thick saga book. But we're also getting
another one.
Wonder Man. Saga of Simon Williams. Always like that cover there. The Jeff Johnson.
I feel like that's almost spoilers because I feel like they only do these saga ones for Marvel film releases. Like they're pretty trackable.
So you think there's going to be a Wonder Man TV series or movie?
Well,
we're getting more cosmic. I haven't seen the Marvels yet, but like that's interesting.
But it got canceled. That project got canceled. The Wonder Man project. At least I saw. They're right now they're going through a rehaul anyway. But if it wasn't for that project, we wouldn't be getting that Wonder Man omnibus that we're gonna get, and we're gonna get this. So it's really interesting. That's this is the Avengers. So it has the classic Wonder Man stories in here from Avengers 9, 152, and 153. Wonder Man, that one shot. That's the Bill Sienkiewicz is on that cover. Tales of the Marvels, Wonder Years 1 and 2, Avengers 2, Wonder Man and the Beast 1 through 3. I've never read that. Wonder Man, the 2006 series 1 through 5, and then material from Avengers Annual number 6, 400 pages, $44.99.
That's exciting.
And the newest or latest Marvelverse book is Captain America Sam Wilson. And this is collecting all new, all different Avengers number 1, the A story 2 and 3, Generation Sam Wilson Captain America, and Steve Rogers Captain America, and material from Marvel Voices Legacy number 1. And we'll go back to the beginning to check this out together and talk about what we're excited about. But before I do, if you live in Europe and you want to get some of these big books pre-ordered, check out Walt's Comic Shop. They're based out of Berlin, Germany, and they have the cheapest pre-order prices for big books from both Marvel and DC. And if you tell them Near Mint Condition sent you their way at the checkout, you'll get a free credit on your next order or your first order of 40 euros or more. That's Walt's Comic Shop, your reliable source for Omnis and premium collected editions in Europe. Ting. There we go. All right. Let's go back to the beginning and talk a little bit about these books. Daredevil by Zdarsky, Omnibus Volume 1 coming out. and nothing from Jen McKay added to that, but I will ask again. Uncanny X-Force by Rick Remender Omnibus. I thought there were 2 Marvel Masterworks, or was it just one? The Avengers one. Jeff
I think
Loeb.
it's just one.
Was it just one? Keep
I
in mind,
think-
like, this is just the February solicits, and they always tend to be the smaller ones. So much uncollectible Gerard Jones Wonder Man. That's probably for a reason. Bar, you missed the Black Widow. The Black Widow book, Bar. House of it's not an omnibus though. House of M Omnibus Companion coming out. There's your Avengers Marvel Masterworks. And it is volume 24, the Uncle Raj era. Then we have The Mandalorian Season 2, Book 2. Captain Marvel Volume 1. This is the Alyssa Wong era. 112 pages, $15.99 with that Jen Bartel. Awesome. Hot cover. And She-Hulk by Rainbow Rowell Volume 4. Oh my God. I only care about an Omni, Omar. You know that. Do I? I don't see Poison Ivy with an omnibus, and you still reading that junk. Ghost Rider Volume 4, Rite of Passage. Ultimate Invasion, trade paperback. Deadpool, Batter Blood. Alien, this is Volume 4, but this is Alien by Shalvi and Brocardo, Volume 2, Descendant. And then Predator versus Wolverine. And Marvel Zombies, Black, White, and Blood. This is the Treasury Edition. Yeah. What's up, Max? Max just got here. Omar, the OG hater. What is OG? What do you think OG is? Star Wars Dark Droids and Star Wars Darth Vader. This is the Dark Droids saga. Immortal X-Men by Kieran Gillen, Volume 4. Spider-Girl, there we go, Curtis. Modern Epic Collection Legacy. That's Volume 1, as well as the Modern Epic Collection of Black Widow, Volume 2.
Let Bar drink this in because she needs to get it.
There you go, Bar.
There it is, Bar. This is for you.
And X-Men Epic Collection, Children of the Atom. James, don't get in the middle of this. You don't want this, James. Reprinting the Volume 1 of the X-Men. Daredevil Epic Collection, The Concrete Jungle, which is also the name, was in it Predator 2? The sequel was called Concrete Jungle. Nobody buys Epic Collections. All right, look, this one.
I'll talk to Bar.
Let her have it, Curtis. Look at that.
Beautiful. Look at that. Wow.
Look the color tabs look so good.
All right. Well, that's enough of
Just
Curtis's
gorgeous.
house. Deadpool, the saga of Wade Wilson. It's another thickie, as well as the Wonder Man, the saga of Simon Williams, and Marvelverse Captain America. Short, sweet. So let's talk about what we're most excited for. Ødfel, why don't you start? Ladies first. What's the book you're most excited for?
That's tricky. You know what? Honestly,
yes.
Oh,
look
that
what you
person
started. Look
dead
what
to
you
me.
started, Bar. Go ahead.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna buy the X-Force one to continue my X-Men collection, but I think I'm excited for the Wonder Man one because I did not think that was a thing, and that's a really good collection for his character. So that one's probably my favorite.
Look at you.
Wow.
You never cease to surprise me with your choices.
I collect a lot of Scarlet Witch, and I feel like he's a fundamental piece in that.
Yeah,
so having something like that.
He's part of that throuple.
Yeah, I'm like having a book that kind of just takes his important issues would be really good with my Scarlet Witch collection.
So is Scarlet Witch in a lot of that Wonder Man book that was just shown?
Probably some of the Avengers ones, but I don't know if she's in any of his solo runs.
I don't know about the mini series because I haven't read those, but I think she is in 152 and 153.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she is in some of that. But
yeah,
you're right. You can keep this next to your saga of Scarlet Witch and Vision. There you go. I like that. Curtis, what's and anybody that's watching, what are you all most excited for? Curtis, what are you excited for?
Well, I am definitely excited for both of those modern era epic collections because, like I said, the Black Widow run is really great, and I slept on buying the Spider-Girl complete collections. The first one because it was a quad graphics book and didn't have very good quality to it. So I didn't get it. Then I got volume 2, and I'm like, oh, I should have got volume 1, but then it was out. So now I can start collecting Spider-Girl.
I think I still have my volume 1. I can send it to you, Curtis, if you.
I don't need it. I'm gonna get this Modern Epic collection.
Okay. Omni Dog, what are you most excited for?
Silver Age Superman.
Silver Age Superman.
Can we?
Ah! Where does he think he is? You're not at your therapy department.
I probably Ultimate Invasion trade. I'm excited for that whole. I'm excited for the whole Hickman new era to start. It sounds like a lot of fun. So I know that it just. I feel like it just started to come out. But this is the one that kicks everything off. So I'm really quite excited to read this.
Okay. Ultimate Invasion.
Yeah.
I am most excited for my buddy Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil Volume 1. And like I said, I will try again to get those issues by Jen McKay added. But yeah, it's a great collection. Daredevil has been solid. So solid. And I'm excited for this one. I got to announce the second one. And if you ever get a chance to talk to Chip Zdarsky, that guy is a riot. Like one of the funniest guys out there. Yeah. Is House of M any good? I only ever heard Wanda stands hating it.
It's important.
There you go. There's your answer from Ødfel. It's important. It is important. I'll agree with that.
It is important.
I
Absolutely.
have mixed feelings about it. Is it a good story? Yes. Is it a great story for Wanda as a character? Debatable.
Yeah.
I have thoughts about that, but I'm just gonna keep quiet because it's been enough negativity in the world today. So, no bueno. You go look that up in Spanish.
Yeah, you think we don't know what that means? I'm not going to be negative
no
about
es
it.
bueno, bar. I don't care about continuity. I just want good stories. Oh wow. No continuity.
I mean, it's important.
Then you need to get that Black Widow.
I'll remember that when they do something to Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
I'll remember. Not you.
I just said she needs to get the Black Widow book.
Oh no, I was talking about.
Yeah, that's a good story.
Oh,
which is a great story. That's a good choice.
Go ahead and talk to
Wanda stands are correct, and this is from the guy who just defended Bendis. John is. I really like John. I feel like John and I would get along. Is Punisher Max available to pre-order already? I think so. I think it is. I think it is available for pre-order. Let me. Or is it this month? Yeah, it looks like you can pre-order it now. So I think it was from the last solicits that we did. Absolutely, it's great. What? Wanda does a great thing for me. It's what is wrong with him?
And just as far as a Wanda fan going, I feel like Bendis leans on her twice, New Avengers and House of M, and she just snaps at like the drop of a hat.
Oh yeah.
And with like no context, no overarching part in it, like she just immediately goes nuclear because somebody bumped into her at the grocery store practically. And I don't know, that's from a Wanda standpoint, that's what I don't care about. That's what I don't care for in New Avengers and House of M.
I mean, New Avengers was definitely for the shock.
A standing ovation. Standing ovation. Thank you for this comment. Thank you. Batman Year 2 is better than House of M. Thank you for that.
That is a ridiculous comment.
That comment is fact. I wouldn't go this far. I wouldn't go this far though. Bendis definitely ruined Wanda for me. This is all different. Like, this is why I did not want to answer this question, because I feel like this opens up a can of worms for a lot of other characters that got the same kind of treatment just because writers don't know how to write particular characters. Skip House of M, read James Robinson Scarlet Witch, and Steve Orlando Scarlet Witch, which has been excellent.
Ooh, 100%. It's great.
Absolutely.
Chuck Austin's X-Men is better than Ben. Oof. I don't.
That's just crazy.
That's a tough one. I don't know. That's they're both pretty bad for me, but yeah. Okay, man, people got thoughts. All of a sudden, Anderson, woo, they took the spotlight off of me with this Bendis talk. And Cynthia is happy about that. Omar, can you please talk to Marvel about the Captain America Marvel Masterworks Volume 15? I'm trying to decide whether to get it or not. Does it contain the entire DeMatteis and Zek run? Is it any good? Marvel Masterworks.
Yes.
No, it's DeMatteis. Remember?
No,
I took a picture.
Not.
Wait, you interviewed him. You would know.
God bless
America. Are you serious?
I got him to pronounce it. So here's the thing: is that
Mother of God?
He did go by DeMatteis way back in the 80s.
When the Marvel H book came out, because it teaches you how to pronounce it. Go ahead, Curtis. Tell me now.
But he said that's because that's just what everyone called him, and he never corrected anybody. But it is DeMatteis.
That's the way I used to say it, and then people told me I was pronouncing it wrong, so I went with DeMatteis because that's what the Marvel Age book. You know what? Moving forward, I'm done. I don't care how anybody pronounces names unless it comes from the person themselves. I don't know if my dude Ham is watching or not. Whatever. What was the question? What was the damn question? I can't even remember the question.
Okay, yeah, the Masterwork does not include the entire DeMatteis and Zek run because that fits in a couple of epics, so there's no way it's going to fit in just one Masterworks.
Okay, that was the question. Yes, that's what I thought the answer was. Congratulations. Woo! Oh man. Okay. Yes, Umar. Whatever. Nobody here in America pronounces my name right anyway.
Wait, did we find out what everybody's excited about?
Oh yeah, you're right. What is everybody excited about? Batman Year 2, right? Woo! Oh
wow.
Wrong.
Wait, did you give an actual answer, or did we just ADHD off of that when you said Superman?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, he went for
Well, he said Ultimate Invasion.
Right. Okay, yeah, you did. Okay.
All right.
I was like, wait a minute.
Daredevil, Zdarsky, House of M, Daredevil by Zdarsky, anything Omnibus. I love that answer. Harley Quinn is just as cute as Alf. Uncanny X-Force reprint. I pray we get a Kyle and Yost X-Force Omni. Yes, me too. I'm so mad Marvel gave up on OHCs. We're only getting X titles, and they are only the Percy ones. No Immortal X-Men, no X-Men Red. I really love to have some of those ongoing runs in oversized hardcover. Me too.
Yeah, me too.
So I will ask again, if they're planning to finish out Zdarsky's Daredevil. I'll ask again after they go through this batches of Omnis.
Oh, this is going to crush me if I'm stuck with 4 volumes of Daredevil and they don't finish it. I will be crushed.
I mean, what was the other one? Dan Slott's Fantastic Four and Avengers by Jason Aaron were the ones people were asking me about. And I asked David, and he said some would finish, and he couldn't remember which ones were not. With Alyssa Wong on Captain Marvel, can we get a Captain Marvel Dr. App? Ooh. Right? There we go. Wow. I need Jess to announce a Paul Levitt's Legion of Superheroes.
Yes. Nobody.
Well, we came close, right? We got some of his stuff in hardcover format. Oh, what is the next batch of Epic announcements? I'm still waiting for the full list from Marvel. Usually the way it works is they'll send me the list, and then after I get the blessings from David, I'll send it over to Curtis, and Curtis can attest to this. Last minute, sometimes things change, including covers, or sometimes they're like, hey, don't announce that. Things like that happen. So That's usually how it works. So I'm hoping in the next week or so. I just want to thank OmniDog for doing all the legwork with these announcements and being selfless enough to let Omar post them on his. Wow, people have thoughts today. Thank you for the super chat, though.
Love you, Brian. Love you, buddy.
The legwork.
Yeah, man, it's hard work giving you all this info.
Oh my gosh.
Woof.
I should make episodes of like
Life with OmniDog.
Our text messages that we go through. When you're like, hey, where does this fit in? What do we need next? Can we sacrifice the Epic line to get oversized hardcovers back? Curtis,
Absolutely
thoughts?
not. No way.
No.
You guys have Omnis. You don't need more big size books.
Yeah, I feel like epics are a lot more approachable. As someone who does mostly trade paperbacks, like I'll rarely get an epic. I would get an epic before I would get an oversized hardcover.
I mean, yeah, I think they're pretty approachable if you don't like working out.
That's why I read books.
Shut up, Curtis. Man, that's the second time I've said that today. I didn't.
Yeah, is that his third strike?
Like, no, that one doesn't count. Omar, thank you for the Epic Collections announcements this week. I just rehearsed Spectacular Spider-Man event. This does not fail every time this happens, man. Somebody always, and it happens every time I do my top 10 list of something, my most wanted. Somebody always assumes I'm announcing them, and I'm like, no, I haven't announced that. I'm so sorry. Make OHCs great again.
I saw that Logan Wayne wanted us to talk actually about the DeMatteis and Zek run, and I'll just say that it is a fantastic story.
Oh, yes.
He brings back the Red Skull, and it's just an incredible story. Among other things, he goes in a whole bunch of different places, and it's a lot of fun. So I would definitely recommend it.
Phenomenal artwork by Mike Zeck too. Like there's some just amazing covers. Epics feel more like when you're reading single issues. Yeah, I mean it's the same dimensions, right? So that makes sense. And I do like. Obviously I love the epics too. So there is a Comixology sale that has Avengers Disassembled on it for cheap in the past. If you can get it for under $5, that's worth it. Thanks Bendis for saving Marvel in the 2000s so that Omar can announce their books now. That
was the end game all along.
He didn't single-handedly save Marvel, but I mean, he did have a lot to do with Avengers and Ultimate Spider-Man. What does Marvel hate Spider-Man books that aren't amazing? I feel like they're sitting on a ton of money not releasing web and spectacular epics and omnis. Well, we got our first spec, right? Like we got our first omni of that. We're getting Chip Zdarsky's Omnibus, which is not amazing at all. It's actually more Spectacular Spider-Man, and it's like the tail end of Spectacular Spider-Man. So it's not that they hate them; they're probably just remastering them takes a long time. They might wait for it because I mean, Web of Spider-Man has not started in Masterworks yet.
Yeah, I think Web of Spider-Man has a disadvantage of not having a regular creative team on it for a good majority of its run. And then in the late 90s being mainly just to tie in with all of the other Spider titles. As an omnibus, I'm not sure how much that's going to sell. It doesn't have any big selling points. As far as epics are concerned, we're getting close to having all of the classic Amazing Spider-Man epics done. So once that line is finished, they're going to want to fill that gap with more Spider-Man. So they'll probably bring in Spectacular or Web of Spider-Man at that point.
I see Spectacular happening first, and we are about to get into the 80s era, which is so freaking crazy to think about. I mean, we're there already with some titles, but the 80s era of new ongoing series at Marvel, so like Alpha Flight and Wolverine or Web of Spider-Man, things like that. When is Jess's review of an Omnibus Volume 2 finally coming out? Jess.
That's a deep
We've been
cut.
waiting.
That is a deep cut.
Web of Spider-Man should be included with Spectacular anyway. Really, they should all be one and done Spider-Man line.
Done in one Spider-Man line.
I don't know. I don't think mapping them that way would work. Like during crossovers, that makes sense, and but they were kind of doing their own thing. As a matter of fact, Spectacular Spider-Man started out as the trial Spider-Man series that writers would go to before they got the flagship title of Amazing Spider-Man. So like that's where Roger Stern started out, so they could test the waters to see how well he wrote the character, and then they gave him the monthly Amazing. So I don't know if that would work really well. I mean, I understand where you're coming from when you're talking about web, but they kind of became their own titles there for a while, unless they were intertwining through events or crossovers.
It would be hard to do because there is one point where Web of Spider-Man had Peter Parker, I think, just like as an international reporter or photographer, and he would go off to different countries. And then Spectacular Spider-Man dealt with the Daily Bugle, and then Amazing Spider-Man dealt with his home life. And so it's like if you put all of those into one book, all of a sudden, like, well, he has this story here, and then all of a sudden he's in France, and then I don't know, it'd be harder to map.
Is that accounting for all the Clone Riley in Volume 2 before JMS? That's a fair few amazing volumes on the end. I think that's where they're going to keep those, right? Because the clone epics will probably be web and spec, right? Because they keep crossing over. Part 1 was an amazing, and there's no way to map those without them. Still,
if they keep doing if they keep doing the Amazing Spider-Man Classic Epics 1 a year, they'll be finished by 2027, I think, or 2029. So at that point, they'll have some gaps to fill.
I don't like thinking about schedule. I don't like to think about the future like that. I'd rather think about the future like, oh, we're announcing books in 2024. Oh, now we're 2025. Ouch.
2029.
5
years from now? Ugh.
Not that far.
6.
Yeah, I know. I don't. At this point in my life, I need things to come out sooner.
I keep hearing that, from the folks from the Marvel Masterworks line and the Omni folks. I think everybody wants everything at the same time until the time comes to pay that. Until the time comes to pay that bill of all these weekly Omnis and stuff they're releasing, right? Do I think Marvel will make a J.M. DeMatteis Spider-Man Omnibus collecting titles like Web of Spider-Man and Amazing Spider-Man and other titles, or do they stick to Spectacular? I think they'll listen. I think it's we're in the game this far that we know that they're gonna do two things. They're gonna have creator-centric books, and they're gonna have the ongoing series books. We learned. I mean, seriously, Uncanny X-Men Volume 5 that's the thing that told us everything that we needed to know how they're gonna map these books out. Eventually, Roger Stern's Spider-Man Omnibus will, become Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 7, right? Is it Volume 7? Volume 6, 7? Yeah, 7. And then his spectacular issues will be in Spectacular Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 2. So they're going to keep just creator-centric books or event books like Mutant Massacre and Fall of the Mutants and Inferno. That will stay, while other titles will. So you can pick and choose, right? Do you want to collect just events, or do you want to collect just Uncanny, or you want to collect just X Factor? Because they realize that there's different collectors out there for everything. So that's why I don't think they would do Web of Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man, and Amazing Spider-Man in one omnibus, because that's 3 different books they can be making.
Yeah.
So, yeah, to answer your question, yes, they could probably do both. By 2029, Brand New Day Volume 2 will finally be out. Oh, yeah. Omar, do you know what year the Marvel Masterworks are up to? Well, some of them are further ahead than others, right? Like X-Men is in 88, 89 now? We're looking at Fall of the Mutants. That's crazy. I
think that's early 90s.
Yeah, we're up. Oh my God, we're gonna get some 90s Marvel. I mean, what's Spider-Man? Spider-Man is 88, right? Because we're getting right before the Venom saga. We're gonna have Venom in Marvel Masterworks soon. That's insane. Bar begging Marvel to release a modern Black Widow omnibus for over 2 years. Marvel, dang. Calm down.
That's actually
That should be on a t-shirt for you. Dang. Calm down.
That should be on the back of the omnibus.
Orma, what do you think the chances are of the original Miss Marvel omnibus getting retooled and released? Oh, strong. That book will come back. You talking about the Carol Danvers book, or I'm sorry, are you talking about the G. Willow Wilson book? Because that would be awesome. I would love to have all of it in one omnibus.
That would be cool. Fall of the Mutants is 88, so they're not quite in the 90s yet, but the next one probably will be.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get
This
there.
is a good question.
Ødfel, what were you?
So I haven't actually really dressed up for Halloween yet. Like I dressed up as Rapunzel to hand out candy to kids, so I guess that counts as my Halloween costume.
I've got some bad news for you.
But yeah, like this past weekend I was at Ren Fair, so I just wore Ren Fair stuff. And then actual Halloween I handed out candy as Rapunzel. And then I have a Halloween party this weekend and I have no idea what I'm wearing yet. So
the life of a true cosplayer.
Yeah. But Rapunzel was great for kids. They were excited. So
okay, it looks like most Marvel Masterworks are in the mid 80s, some are in the late 80s. Yeah, I know it's just crazy. And then, like I said, a lot of series started in the 80s, like Alpha Flight. What did I say? Wolverine, New Mutants. Oh my gosh. New Warriors. New Warriors. Oh my gosh. I remember telling Fabian Nicieza that. I'm like, one day we're gonna get a New Warriors Marvel Masterworks, and he was like, that's crazy. That's so crazy. Because his first work published as a comic book writer is in the new, it will be in the new X-Men Marvel Masterworks. And he was like, I just feel so old now that like now my stuff I wrote when I was so young is now in the Marvel Masterworks. Being age checked, talking about Marvel Masterworks. There's nothing wrong with that, man. There's collectors for everything. What does Gen Z usually collect?
Most of my stuff is like, see, I collect Silver Age though. I feel like I'm an outlier. But like most of my stuff is like 2015 to present, and then my Silver Age collection.
Okay. What formats?
I do trade paperbacks and occasionally the oversized trades and the epics.
Gotcha. Okay.
I don't buy the super pricey ones.
Do you guys know if anything needs to be read before Batman the Black Mirror? As long as you know that it's not Bruce Wayne under the cowl.
What?
And he's being replaced by Dick Grayson. That's all you need to know.
I didn't know that. Spoiler alert.
Curtis, do you where are all your DC books? I see them behind you. Do you have any of Scott Snyder's run?
Nope.
Gen Z collects crippling debt.
That's why they don't buy the Omnis. That's why they don't buy Omnibus.
Is Ødfel Gen Z? Oh, she is absolutely Gen Z. Which I forgot is the generation after my generation, after that generation, because Gen X. Curtis, you're millennial, right?
What are you, Omar?
Just barely millennial.
Dude, have you met me? I'm so laid back, man. I'm Gen X, baby.
Gen X.
Yeah, you're Gen X too, right? Like you're elder Gen X, or you're not a
elder. What a rat! What a jerk! I am.
Dude, that's what the millennials came up with. Elder millennials.
I'm an elder Gen Z. So
see, I told you.
I'm an elder millennial.
I am a very young boomer. I'm at the tail end of the boomer wave.
So
we have 4 eras represented here.
Look at us.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I'm part of the problem. Yeah.
Well, no, your problem was handed over to my generation.
Yeah.
Look at the way we raise these millennials.
So
we do have a really good spread, though. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. What is it again?
We have each of the 4. Yeah.
You're the boomer. Then we got Gen X, millennial, and then Gen Z.
Mm-hmm.
There you go, man. That's crazy.
That's pretty cool.
That is cool. Is that all? That's the straight line then.
Mm-hmm. Because the one after me is Generation Alpha. I think they're restarting the alphabet.
That's ridiculous. That's exactly what a Gen Alpha would do. Restart.
Alpha?
Yeah,
Bet.
yeah, like when I work at a summer camp, like one of the kids made a passing comment about how there wasn't like Generation A memes yet, and I'm like, what the heck is that? And then I was like, I guess that is the next one.
Is the new Hush Omnibus worth the price? Does the extra issues add anything to the story? If you have the Paul Dini Omnibus and you have the Hush Absolute or Deluxe Edition, it's a pass. I'm putting it in my most essentials because I really, I'm one of the 10 people on this planet that really like Hush Returns. That's such an awesome story. I love it. And I know what they were trying to do. They were trying to make a sequel to The Killing Joke as well, long before Jeff Johns. But I don't care. I really enjoy that story. And it was part of the War Games storyline that was going on at the time. So that's that being said, no, you don't need it. Unless you really, if you don't have those other two stories and you really like the character of Hush, or you're like me, an idiot, and need to buy it for 10 extra issues that were never collected in trade paperback or anything else, that's it. Like, seriously. And I'm not even going to lie to you. I go on about how much I like The Crossing and how much I like about Batman Year 2. Those are solid stories. I genuinely do like them. I don't think I can fight for Hush Returns. It's not that good of a story, but for some reason I liked it.
You're better off just having Hush the story and then the Paul Dini Hush stories. The other stuff is mostly filler in that Hush omnibus.
We got some Gen X representation in the house. I'm so sorry, Curtis. I know it kills you that you can't be part of Gen X because that's like your favorite Marvel comic. But Millennial has a pretty cool name for a comic book. The Millennial, right?
Wait,
so.
73 is Gen X? Wait, or
the Gen X has a gap of
you're Gen X.
Oh, yeah, I'm 78.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm like, I'm young Gen X, just like you're young Boomer.
Right. Okay.
I'm 81, so there's not that much of a difference between you and me, but there's it's just right in the middle there.
Oh yeah, this is so funny. Like my brother
I'm a
thought he was
baby.
Gen X for the longest time. Like he was so proud of being Gen X. And then he found out that 81 was like that point of like that he's millennial. And now I'm like, so my other brother and I, he's a little bit older than my youngest, and he was like, yeah, how about that those millennials, man? And my brother gets so upset. He's like, I can't believe I'm a millennial. Wow, Omar, you're only 6 years younger than my dad. Well, in another life, Bar. In another life. Curtis, you look young for an 81-year-old.
That was the year I graduated from college. Holy guacamole.
Oh.
College.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah.
So we have Gen Z 97 to 2012, Millennials 81 to 96, Gen X 65 to 80, and Boomers 2, aka Generation Jones. That's an interesting generation.
No, the Boomers started in 1945, 46, because it was the baby boom right after World War II.
Give me 1 second. Just got here. Anyone got the list for the newly announced epics?
It was Spider-Girl.
Captain Marvel, Volume 1, Amazing Spider-Man, Volume 16.
Okay, Curtis is lying
Spectacular
to you,
Spider-Man.
Brian. Do not mess with Brian. He's good people. He's writing it down, and you broke his heart. Ødfel, what are some of your favorite statues?
Oh, that's a good question.
Okay,
Starscream.
A lot of my cool ones are up here. I really like my silk one because the window's actually see-through, which is really cool.
Oh yeah,
that one's pretty sick. I can bring her down. The Cyclops one's really cool, but he's like, it's really hard to point backwards. This one's really cool. He's like standing on a sentinel head. I like my Jean statues. I got a whole Jean shelf up there.
Oh, nice.
But I'll bring down Silk because I think she's probably my best made statue. Maybe my Holo one. I've got a Holo one that's pretty nice too, but I've got too many statues.
We can show. Thank you for the super chat, Brian. We know Omar will buy anything X. This is so true. No matter how mad it makes him. Absolutely true.
Actually, a window.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
Let me
Pretty
hold
that
it.
is so cool.
Yeah. But
Do that
her
again.
face paint, there we go.
And we'll
Her
get
face paint
started.
is like really good.
Whoa, look at those eyes. That is a really
Mhm.
good statue. Is that
It's
a gallery edition? Uh,
this is Kotobukiya premiere. They did a
oh,
Women of
Oh.
Marvel series, I think, in 2021. It's kind of newer.
that is
But this
really
is
nice.
even just comparing it, like, let's see.
Oh, you got that Spice Wolf.
I do. This
Yeah,
is
no,
the normal Kotobukiya. It's good, but like comparing it, like their premiere line is like insane.
Oh yeah, those eyes, you can tell the difference right away.
Mm-hmm. But it wasn't bad. But they did her, the modern Scarlet Witch outfit, and I think Black Widow were the 3 they dropped.
I think I was more interested in that Spice and Wolf statue you got because I always wanted one. I just never got around to getting. Yeah, man.
So this one,
That's my slice of life anime. I love that show.
same. I got my little holos. This one just came out like this past year, and it's only like $40.
Oh, I like the big one.
I like the big one. This is my favorite one I've got with her little like apple basket. There we go.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Wow.
It's so cute.
It is.
She's my favorite anime character, so I'm probably just gonna have a shelf of her at some point.
And
Because
you've cosplayed as her, right?
yeah, I want to make another one because she's got so many cute outfits. But it's
Furry.
my slice of life favorite anime, so it's the
Furry
time of
is-
year to rewatch it. Honestly,
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. What do you mean furry? I'm into Smurfette, man. I'm into everything.
she's a mostly girl wolf.
Yeah, mostly.
She just has ears.
No matter how mad it makes him, do Ødfel, Epic Marvel Podcast, and OmniDog have similar series they will buy no matter what? Yeah, I'm sure everybody does. Curtis, what's your series that you're like diehard fan of, and is it Gen X? Because I remember how horrible those Larry Hama and James Robinson issues were.
Well, yeah, I liked the James Robinson stuff, but yeah, everything after the original creative team leaves was pretty dire, and I mean, it had its ups and downs, but I was pretty faithful to that book until the very, very end, until it was canceled, and still
book?
am. I still, Generation X.
Oh, okay.
Generation X.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love those books.
But I mean, I don't know. I buy so much stuff that I was buying these Dick Tracy books well after Chester Gould stopped being good. Through the 60s and 70s.
Dude, some of those are rare.
Yeah.
You got a gold mine up there in Canada, Curtis. Ødfel, is there a series that you're like, man, this is awful, but I can't stop buying or reading it?
That's me with New Mutants. Like I'll pick up New Mutants just to have a complete run of it, even if I've stopped liking it. Like there's eras that I'm just like, this is a dud, but I want my New Mutants to be all the way through, so I'll keep buying it. Because that's my team. That's my favorite team. So
New Mutants, I love that. Yeah. What about you? Was that Flash?
Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn is it who?
We talked about
Flash
this
is right here.
Harley Quinn, like
What?
Harley Quinn peaked at Mad Love. We talked about this.
Yeah, and you keep bringing that up, and it's no longer funny.
It's so true. It wasn't funny to me.
You are out of your mind,
bad.
and if I could drop you from this stream right now,
This
I
is
would.
my show.
I know. That's fun to me. I will buy anything Harley Quinn, everything on that shelf. I also own in floppies for some reason, and not only floppies but the variants. So I figure that qualifies me as certifiably insane, because.
But
that is
okay,
crazy.
but the question is, do you admit when it's bad?
Oh
and you
yeah.
start
Oh,
buying it? Like what's the run that you didn't like?
the Humphreys Harley Quinn right after in Rebirth, right after Connor and Palmiotti stopped.
Yeah, there was a Frank Thierry did
That
it
was
for a
rough.
while.
Oh, okay. Is it Frank
and then
Thierry or Humphreys? Let me see here.
I think Humphreys was after Thierry. Like he didn't last very long.
Okay,
He was
both. Yeah, both those writers did not do Harley any favors. I bought them anyway.
The Connor run was just so solid that immediately after it was Whiplash.
Yeah. And I I did a reread of those Humphreys and Thierry ones. And on the reread, I felt like they weren't really that bad. I felt like I kind of liked them. So I could be so out of my mind that I actually like them now, even though everybody else dislikes them for good reason.
Are they known to be bad stories? Is that why? Okay, so hold on a second.
I think
Thierry,
Ødfel hit it.
Thierry did
Yeah,
Old Lady
that's an
Harley.
egregious story too, and that's right there at the end there. But the Humphreys, I think the Humphreys one, Ødfel hit it, is that it was just because the Connor and Palmiotti stuff was so good that it was kind of jarring to get another writer on there. But I reread it recently, and I kind of like it, and yeah. Owning the floppies, I don't even think my wife knows how bad my addiction is, that I have 2 long boxes of floppies dating back to freaking Carl Kessel or Mad Love or whatever. I've got like the A and B and C variants. Yeah. No, it's crazy.
So Gen X, New Mutants, X-Men, and Harley Quinn. Wow. Omar, certified Harley hater. No.
He's not.
I just hate everything that Bar likes. I actually like a lot of the Amanda Connor and Palmiotti stuff. Harley Quinn by Amanda Connor, Jimmy Palmiotti are my favorite, and stopped buying after that. I will be honest though. I remember reading Frank Terry's run, and I read Sam Humphrey's run, and they were okay. I don't think anything. I don't even remember Old Lady Harley. Like
that's for the best.
It's for the best. That's around the time I stopped reading Harley for a while.
Yeah.
Old Lady Harley was in Batman Beyond, the TV show, I think. Just
I think
for
they
one
did.
episode. They just had an old Harley Quinn. It wasn't anything to do with the comic.
That's what I thought, and it came out long before the comic did. What happened to the deleted horror comics on TikTok? I think Tina had to re-upload it because there were 2 different shots, so it should be back up there. Thank you for asking. Yeah.
Tapsologic reminds me that I also own Suicide Squad from New 52 and Rebirth.
Well, that's different though.
I only bought them. I only bought them because they had Harley in them.
Oh,
and I bought
those.
Oh, you're a monster. I bought them because they have Jim Lee and it's art in it.
I feel better that Ødfel has them too.
Yeah, I collected Harley. That was like one of the first books I started collecting with. So like the whole era from like 2014 on, I've got like every book she was in.
Yeah, any Suicide Squad. And Suicide Squad recently has had some really good Black Label books, but Rebirth.
The Rebirth was pretty awful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I had to get it.
Yeah, the Tom Taylor stuff was good. I think.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if they've relaunched it again or not. How Gen Z asked for reprints. The
Blaze was really good.
Was it
Suicide Squad Blaze? Oh yeah.
How Gen Z asked for reprints. High key simping on Amazing Spider-Man, Epic, Goblin's Last Stand. All other books take several seats. Marvel, make it happen. FR. Is that for real? For real?
That's
Translate.
That's exactly how I text Omar actually.
She just texts me like this, and she sends me all these weird emojis, and I'm like, I know how to do the like button, and I know how to do the heart. That's I understood.
High key simping. What is that?
Simping? You know how you simp for Harley Quinn?
Yeah, it's like when you're. It's like if you were. It's like if you stand something, but in a romantic way.
So, I don't think I'm going to say anything.
Like my comic book, like my anime crush is Holo, so I'd be like simping for Holo.
Oh, okay. So I simp for Emma Frost.
Yeah,
because I have like
I think we all do.
Well, who doesn't though?
Yeah.
I have a high key simp on Emma Frost.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Okay.
That should be the title of your next
You've done
video.
it.
Yes. You're gonna get a bunch of
High-key
Gen
simping for
Zers
Emma
watching you.
High key simping on Emma Frost. That
There
okay?
you go.
I would love to make a video on that.
Yeah.
You can do a video on your simping for Harley Quinn with that shelf. Just take a picture of that shelf. Simping hard for Harley Quinn. One of the better habits I've picked up as an adult is I don't need to have everything because even the books I love can have loads of suck. That is a wonderful habit to have as an I never learned how.
No.
Obviously, with my shelf of X-Men, I think right behind me, people always point out that I have the Bendis collection of the X-Men and oversized hardcovers. Dumb. I simp for Tempest from the X. Look, dude, that's freaking awesome. Like, ain't nobody heard of Tempest before. Well, she's a little more popular now, but all she'd ever been in was like X-Force, issues of X-Force, because she was one of the Mutant Liberation Front people. And then, of course, Fabian ended up getting fired, so he never got to use her. But that's another story.
I want more Tempest. I need more.
Oh my LOL Ødfel, yes, I def simp for Emma Frost.
Anyone
Yeah,
who doesn't is lying.
I
lying to you.
I love
Yeah.
Phoenix. That is why my obsession with Phoenix Omnibus Volume 3. You know, I just heard back from Marvel.
I love Phoenix.
I don't know if that might be happening now, but we'll find out together. Tempest is equals chef's kiss. I simp for Emma, but then I found out she likes men, so it ruined her for me.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm still holding out for her and Callisto to be a couple.
Tentacle era Callisto?
Any era Callisto. I mean, she's the White Bishop now? I can't remember.
Oh yeah, she is. Tempo is the Mutant Liberation Front character. Tempest. I'm sorry. Thank you. Tempest.
The time bubble.
The girl?
She's one of the 5.
Like the hair, right? Like she's got
Mhm.
the white
The black
hair?
and white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's cute. She's cute. She's no Tempo, but she's cute. One of the worst habits I've picked up as an adult is I need to have everything because they referenced that issue from 1967, and I guess I need it. That's dude. I swear to God, that's the way I am with X-Men. Like as a kid, I was like, Master Mold appeared in Incredible Hulk Annual number 8, or was it 6? I gotta go and buy that issue. I was like, Master Mold, not even an X-Men character, but the freaking Sentinel. Who does that? The hell's wrong with me? Omar, do you think or know there will be an omnibus from Marvel which will likely be over 1,700 to 1,800 pages? No, I don't know.
The biggest one right now?
The biggest one, I think is it AVX or Squirrel Girl? AVX or Squirrel Girl? It's over 1,600 pages. They're huge. But I don't know if they'll do 1,700. That's kind of pushing it.
Yeah, you'd have binding problems, I think, once you got to that level.
This is interesting. Emma absolutely swings both ways, but she's a power top. Marvel solicitations. You
Agreed.
never know where these conversations are going to go.
Absolutely agree.
Tempest is the girl with the power. Yeah, she's got the rogue hair, right? She's cute.
Hold
short
on.
hair. You got a toy of her?
I made a custom one, yeah.
Oh,
You
whoa.
Freaking nerd. Oh my god.
That's awesome.
That's from the rogue statue, right?
Yeah, because they did all of the other Bendis era team. So I made her to go because they're all the same scale.
Dude, that's
Is that
freaking
the
awesome.
Kotobukiya?
That's the Kotobukiya one, right? Yeah.
Kotobukiya, yeah.
I sculpted the skirt in the lines and like redid the hair. But yeah, it's from the Rogue.
That is
Damn.
But that's
awesome.
Tempest.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you sculpt you did what?
She's Gen Z is
it's
Wow.
Yeah, it's epoxy sculpt, so you just mix it and then it becomes like a hard plastic once it dries. So
AVX is
cool.
1,680. Yeah, Ødfel is off the chain. She is.
Yeah.
I used to really like certain characters.
Yeah.
Wolverine Omnibus Volume 5 will be 150 US MSRP. Will this be the new Omni price going forward? I don't know. No, not for all of
It's
them.
on page count.
It depends. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Curtis and I broke down the page count of Epic Collections, how they do that math. I don't know about Omnis, honestly, and that's from both Marvel and DC. Because like, we have like what was it? There's a 764 page omnibus from DC. Was it Death Metal? I think it was, DC Metal, and it was $150, and it was less than 800 pages. But then they give us another book that has like 1,400 pages, and it was 125, I think. So I don't know what determines what. Maybe popularity of the character, popularity of the story, and that one there might have been the Dust Jacket too for the DC Metal book.
Oh yeah, if it's a fancy cover, that does cost more. But then also like the print runs, if they order more, they'll get a better rate at the printer. So if it's not as big of a print run, then the cost per unit's going to be more expensive.
So Wolverine 5 looks to be 1,296 pages, and it is $150. I don't have a definite answer. I'll be honest. I don't know, because I've seen page runs like that being 125 of books that I've announced. So I don't know. That's why these solicit videos are important. Because like Daredevil by Zdarsky is $100, and that one is less than 700 pages. Uncanny X-Force, I want to say the price went up. It's 125, and I want to say the original price was 100. Where is that book?
Well, that original one came out a long time ago, right?
Well, the first one did, but then there was a reprint a couple of years ago. Yeah, the first one was $99.99. That's what I thought. But the second printing was about 2020. Yeah. So, Ødfel, can you make me an action figure of Jess and Omar, but with Omar being buff? Hey! What do you mean?
But hey,
that's true to life. Wait, what are we doing in this figure? What's happening here?
You're organizing my X-Men.
Yeah, like I can't do face sculpts. I don't know if I could make it look like them. I just repainted it and changed the outfit.
Oh, just take what's his name's face from Ant-Man.
Tempest
from Ant-Man.
Who's the Latino dude from Ant-Man? Just take his face, put it on a suit.
Put a full beard on him.
Yeah, put a beard on it. You got it. Hey, Omar, are there any plans to make X-Men omnibuses like X-Men 3 after the Jim Lee comics? You mean adjectiveless X-Men? I think what they're going to end up doing... dang, man, this is a really hard question, because I told the gentleman, I can't remember who it was, that asked about Spider-Man and Web of Spider-Man and Spectacular, that would be 3 different lines. But the Epic collections put X-Men and Uncanny together. I don't know. I feel like with Omnis, they're going to keep them separate. That's just what I think. Is there any chance that we will get more DC Bronze Age Omnis reprints like Batman by Adams and Justice League Bronze Age? I think they've gotten better. I mean, we're getting the Dennis O'Neil Green Lantern stuff, right? Like not just with Neil Adams, and Mike Grell's Green Lantern era. So anything is possible.
I feel like Batman by Adams and O'Neil is going to be a while, because they seem intent on making those chronological. Like we're just now on Superman and Batman Silver Age Volume 1, and it came right after Golden Age, and that is the beginning of the Bronze Age, the O'Neil and Adams stuff. I feel like that is a solid 5 years away, unless they step it up. And I need them to step it up. Sorry?
2029. That seems to be the year for all these things.
Yeah, they need
that feels so far.
They need to start putting out 3 a year.
Thank you for that idea, D-Rock. Yeah, I can do that. That's a really good, take your picture, man, because I don't know how to do a screen grab on this computer. Take that picture right there.
Do you need me to show you how?
Here,
I'll get the Gen Zer to show me.
Well, no, if you put it back up on my phone, so I can just take a screen cap.
See, look at that. Ødfel's on top of things.
There you go.
Admittedly, X-Men is much more intertwined than the other superhero comics to the point it's near impenetrable new fans. Oh, well, yes. And then eventually they do break off into like two different things, right? Like it's no longer gold team, blue team. How many Omnis to do all brand new day?
Oh man.
Okay, so you just want brand new day going up to the Dan Slott era?
Four, 5 of those complete collections.
So I would say 2 is. I was gonna guess 2 a brand new day. How many of Dan Slott's though? That's another question. That's a good question. I just got off work and wanted to say hi, Mr. Awesome. I know you don't look anything like Becky Lynch, but I do appreciate you reminding me how fine that lady is.
She's so cool.
She is.
I can't even get the clock to stop blinking on my VC. Yes, Doug, my man, Doug. I had to do that for my parents, man. Omar, you
That's a
nice.
VCR.
Dude.
Go out.
You can't take a screenshot? Dude, I ain't been on IT. What is this? The 3rd year full-time YouTuber. This is what it does. My brain is only comics now, editing, Final Cut Pro, Photoshop, new cameras, color correction. But yeah.
Sounds dreadful.
No, with X-Men though, it is all entwined, but my best advice is just pick like 1 or 2 characters you like and just follow them to whatever book they're in if you don't want to read everything. And you'll be
Start with
fine.
Emma Frost.
Emma Frost is good. I read like anything Magic is in. Wherever she goes, I'll read
Same.
it.
I totally simp Magic all the way.
Same.
She's
She's what got me into Magic. Got me into X-Men. So
I think I'm the
You
same
know,
way.
you have
Yeah.
you know who you have to thank for that? Brian Michael Bendis. So see, I give people credit where they he re-envisioned her, made her a little different than the way she's been written before. And Chris Bachalo gave her am I saying that one right, Curtis? Bachalo? God,
Bacalo.
what is it, Curtis?
Is it Pacello?
Pacello.
Mother of God. All right.
No, all his designs in that era are my favorite, as seen by my shelf and my cosplays. But that whole era, designs were 10 out of 10.
I wanted to follow Laura Kinney, but she doesn't have much solo stuff, unfortunately. She's had a few miniseries, and All New Wolverine is excellent.
Only Wolverine, and then she went to, oh my god, what team was she on? It was like her, Sync. Yeah, but there was like a team. It was her, Sync.
Oh, X-Men. She was in X-Men with Sync.
Was that the main team X-Men? I can't remember.
She ended up joining the main team X-Men for a while. And then oh my god, then that whole talent story. Omar, did Bendis scuff your Jordans back in high school? Okay, Brian. I have always said that Brian Michael Bendis is a wonderful human being, though. I don't like anytime I go to conventions, he is so approachable. He's sweet to fans, and I just don't like a lot of his storytelling and dialogue. But obviously, I'm in the minority because those books sold like crazy at Marvel Comics, and they got a lot of people into X-Men, a lot of people into Avengers, and a lot of people into Jessica Jones, which I guess it helped that he created her.
Did he create Miles?
He did. He was the creator of Miles, right? Based on his son. So, like I said, I think he's a wonderful human being. I just don't. I can't believe I'm going to make this comparison. He's kind of like Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves is such a great human being, but I never thought he was a good actor. Like, I love John Wick, but ever since Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, he's always been Ted Theodore Logan to me. And in anything that he does, whether it's that or Point
I think about him as Jonathan Harker way too often because it's just he's so out of place in that movie.
I always talk about the movie where he's in Argentina and he has this Californian surfer dude accent. I was like, what? But anyway,
was that Walk in the Clouds or whatever?
Walk in the Clouds, yeah.
I actually like that movie.
But look, he's a wonderful human being, so he gets a pass. You know, like he gets a pass. He's a wonderful human being. This is a trap. Keanu, not a good actor. Have you seen him in Bram Stoker's Dracula?
It's iconic.
Right. Okay. Did I miss any of Curtis's trademark hot wrong takes?
What?
There were a couple.
Whoa.
Earlier. There were a couple earlier. They were hot. They were hot takes.
You were right, though.
I am an FBI agent. Dude, the line in the Matrix. Why is this happening to me? Oh my God, I love it. But anyway, Keanu, wonderful human being. He gets a pass. I always, what is Bar saying? I always struggled with team books because I don't care about all the characters. And then they have full storylines focused on the characters. I don't care about it. And it takes me out of the series. So I prefer solo books.
I get that.
Okay. There you go.
A lot of the characters I like only get team books, so I've kind of gotten used to it, but I absolutely get that sentiment.
Yeah, I need to get Bar into Justice League Dark from Rebirth. That's a
It's a good
great
series.
team book.
That's
Yeah.
a great team book.
It's got a lot of quirky characters.
Yeah.
Simone's Birds of Prey, also a fantastic team book.
Yes. Man, and that's such a small team. Well, it starts off as a small team, right? And then it grows. Dude, Bar, I am so with you on that solo team book or solo versus team book. Good take.
Yeah. I get that.
Slander is truly the end of times. We'll never recover from dear conditions. Dead to me. I love you too, Ron. And
I like
she
Keanu,
does
so go to Omnidog's vault.
Oh my God, you are such a simp.
No,
For Keanu.
Bar, it's the Rebirth Justice League Dark Omnibus. It hasn't come out yet. You
That
have the
will
new
be out.
52,
Yeah.
which is good, but Justice League Dark Rebirth is like top shelf.
I'm getting all kinds of wonderful comments like Batman Year 2, yes, and now New Warriors OG, one of the greatest team books. Absolutely, Arthur, yes.
This might be the
Bendis
worst.
is always a draft.
Well, and
short.
that
Great.
the New Warriors original team, that no one had their own titles, so that was the only place to see those characters.
That is so true,
Like,
right? It was
Nova-
long
Nova
before
didn't have their own.
Annihilation and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and on that note, Keanu and Paul Abdul's Rush Peak. Was he in that music video? Okay, sorry. Omar, do you think there's enough material for a Storm? Oh, yes, absolutely. If Phoenix can get one, Storm can get one, Gambit can get one, Rogue can get one, Jubilee, no. Even Robert Kirkman tried to make a series out of that. No, that did not happen. Trying to think of other X-Men that had long enough series. Cyclops, you could probably do. Storm for sure. She had enough minis, and there's enough of her character solo stories in X-Men. So before we go, thank you so much for the super chat, Brian. So everyone says Bendis isn't great at writing non-street level heroes, yet his Avengers run became Marvel's flagship title. I was reading it at the time, so why has that perception changed? Oh, I don't know. Is that what people are saying, that he can't write non-street level heroes? Like you're talking about like Thor and Captain America? Well, when New Avengers started, Thor was off the table because he was gone because of Avengers Disassembled. What was it? Ragnarok? Yeah, it was the Michael A. Van Ragnarok story. So he couldn't use him.
Yeah.
He brought
that team of his Avengers
Spider-Woman.
were like Spider-Man, Spider-Woman, Luke Cage.
Yeah, those are pretty street level characters. Wolverine. There was a theory that I had that I'm like, oh, anybody could write Wolverine. Several writers have proved me wrong, but Bendis actually he had a good run on, or he had a good understanding of Wolverine. Who else was on that team?
But also, Bendis' Avengers became the flagship Marvel title. I don't think because of Bendis, but I think because of Marvel marketing, because they were trying to take X-Men and Fantastic Four off the table at the time, and they really wanted to push Avengers. So I think that's why it became the flagship title.
Do you think the addition of Spider-Man and Wolverine to the team had a lot to do with that?
100%. Yep.
More than Bendis, though?
I mean, I don't know if it was Bendis' decision to put them on the team or if it was Marvel's decision, like the high above their pay grade. But yeah, I mean, at the time they were trying to say to Fox, "Hey, we aren't going to promote your movies," and Avengers historically hadn't been one of their biggest selling titles, and so they really, really pushed it. And I think they would have pushed it regardless of the writer, and just happened to be Bendis at the time, which was great because he was killing it on like Ultimate Spider-Man and stuff, so it made sense.
Mm-hmm. I get it. That's interesting. I'd like to continue this discussion at a later time. But for now, that's it. That's all we got. Thank you all so much for sticking with us. Check out cheapgraphicnovels.com. They have a Nick and Dent sale going on right now. So books more than 50% off. So let's go around. Where can people find you wonderful folks that join me when you're not hanging out with me here? Curtis.
Well, I'm all over social media. Just look for Epic Marvel Podcast or search my name and you'll be able to find me there. I have a Facebook group about Epic Collections and we talk about that all day, every day. James, of course, in the comments is put in all of the links. There you go. Hey, yeah, congratulations. I'm glad to be a part of these streams and being a part of the getting you to 90K. I think that's very, very cool. And so thanks for asking me back every single month.
Dude, this wouldn't be the same. This would be a lot more boring and quicker if it was just me by myself talking about books. I like talking about books with people and, getting reactions out of people. Like talking about Jess simping on Harley Quinn. That wouldn't have happened if it was just me talking about books, right? Never know where these conversations go or going.
Super fun.
Learning about the different generations that we have in this group, which is just beautiful. Beautiful. Ødfel, where can people find you?
I'm on pretty much every social media platform. So Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, all under the same username. On Twitter, it is a 0 instead of an O. But yeah, I post cosplay content, toy and statue unboxings, occasional comic videos. Definitely make sure to check it out. Yeah, I think that is all of it. But thanks for having me. These are so fun I don't get to talk comics much anymore. So it's always a good time.
Oh, Peter, you could have jumped in at any moment. Sorry to miss this one. I was rocking a late night project. Well, you get some well-deserved rest then. And Omnidog's Vault. Let me find that link here because I know. Okay, there we go. No, you put it twice.
Is that for my Discord?
There we go.
Yeah.
Omnidog's Vault.
You can find me, Omnidog, and Omnidog's Vault on YouTube, Omnidogs_Vault on Instagram, and my Discord, which was created for me, and I got shoved into it, and it's actually a pretty fun place. We've got lots of fun stuff going on in there, and Bar, I love you too. Thank you for the love. The Purple Heart love.
And me, I'm the Uncanny Omar, and you see me here every day. And we miss Peter. That's right. And thank you so much. Yes, for 90,000. I think Melanie and I will talk a little bit about a giveaway. It might be after the holidays, but we'll decide on Saturday. We'll talk about it on Saturday. But that's it, everyone. Smash that smash that like button on the way out. Have a great day, and I will see you live on Saturday and not live tomorrow. Whatever. Have a good one. Bye, everybody.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
I came really close.